Sunday afternoon. This is Word, and I want to talk to you about a video that Sarasota Tim made today. It was on retiring at 62, and of course he was pushing people to retire at 62. Now, before you can do that, you really have to plan things out. You have to really think about it. And that's when I decided to retire at 62 6 years ago. Had nothing to do with him. I didn't even know he was around. You have to be able to pay your bills. Not even credit cards or a car loan, but a place to live, food to eat, utilities. Not everybody gets the average Social Security benefit, which is about $1,700, and that in itself is not much. It depends on your circumstance, I guess. There are a lot of elderly people having to live with their children because they cannot afford their own place to live. Sarasota Tim doesn't talk about that. He talks about just retiring. If you need more money, then get a side hustle. What the heck is that going to do if you're several $1,000s behind when you're retired? Does he think we're all stupid? Not only just the money, but what about health care? What about health care? You're going to have to get your own health care. Now, I'm fortunate. I've served in the Army, and I get mine through the Veterans Administration, and I get very good health care through there. So I don't take Medicare because I can't see paying that $170 a month when I can get almost all my health care for free through the Veterans Administration. One analogy he used, and I kind of laughed when he said it. If you wait to retire to get more money, and he says if you're walking down the street and there's a $10 bill laying on the ground, and waiting until you're 65, 70 to retire, you're saying, well, wait until next time I pass this. Maybe it's a 20. I want to tell you something. If I'm walking down the street and there's a $10 bill, that bad boy's going in my pocket. He doesn't really talk to people about the pitfalls of retiring early. A lot of people cannot do that. I also don't understand. He's talking about if you take Social Security at 62 and a person who takes it at 65, how much the person at 65 is going to make less than the person who took Social Security at 62. Same thing with 70. If a person waits till he's 70 years old, he's going to make less than the person who retired at 62. Now, that's correct. I've got to give him that. The person who hasn't retired at 62 or 65 is still working, Tim. They're working. They're still going to make more money than a person who retired at 62. That's what he doesn't tell you. He doesn't compare apples to apples. He doesn't even bring that up. His thing is retire at 62, and that's how he got his channel to grow. I think it was towards the end of the tail end of the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, and his channel really took off. You know, he was retired at 62, and you know, he just hit the algorithm just right, and which is good. I'm happy for him, but you cannot give bad advice. Never take retirement advice from somebody on YouTube living in a camper, park in the parking lot. All right? If you need retirement advice, find somebody who is qualified, who has your best interests at heart. Never trust somebody on YouTube for retirement advice. Now, I retired at 62. I really wasn't going to, but for some reason, I woke up and said, "Yeah, I'm going to retire at 62." I was probably 59 at the time, and I spent the next couple of years planning, calling the Social Security system. Not once. I called them several times, talked to different people, and waited until I got the same answer from multiple people there. Because you can call Social Security, you talk to two people, you're going to get two different answers. But just be careful. Do what's best for you. Plan ahead. Don't make huge mistakes that you're going to regret. One other thing. Sarasota Tim says if you have a mountain of debt, credit card bills, and to retire, to declare bankruptcy. I don't really advocate filing for bankruptcy. I have in the past. I was working at a job, had a mortgage, had a house, car loans, and I was fired unjustly. And I had to use a credit card to keep the lights on, pay my car payment and things like that, put food on the table. And I got to the point to where they were going to garnish my wages. So then I knew then I had to file for bankruptcy. And it took several years. It wasn't overnight. It took several years to get my credit standings looking good. Sometimes, bankruptcy is the only way out, but I wouldn't recommend it as the first thing. Try not to charge in so much, but it's kind of hard now in these days. A lot of people are living on credit cards. But anyhow, to get back to Sarasota Tim, I digress. Just please don't take any retirement advice. Seek out somebody who is qualified to give you that advice. And if you decide to go ahead and retire, congratulations. If you decide to work, congratulations. It's not a prison job. You get out of it what you put into it. I want to thank you for listening to me, for tuning in. I'm at 178 subscribers. Let's try to get it to 200. I'd like to see enough people from this video subscribing to get me to 200. Again, thank you. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.